For more on the battles against the insurgents in both Afghanistan and Pakistan, we are joined once again by Marvin Weinbaum, a former US State Department intelligence analyst on those two countries and now a scholar in residence at the Middle East Institute in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much for coming on the program. Well, will this latest attack on US troops in Afghanistan affect the outcome of the debate that we're having in Washington, D.C. about the war strategy?
Yes, it certainly is going to have an impact on it. And it's unfortunate because it's taken place in an area which demonstrably is the kind of area that you don't want to protect under General McChrystal's counterinsurgency doctrine. And so it really isn't the test of that at all, but rather an example of what we've been doing wrong in terms of how we've addressed the Taliban insurgency.
Well, let's broaden it out a little bit and talk about Pakistan too, where there was another deadly attack. And we also heard from the leader of the Taliban in Pakistan telling the United States to leave Afghanistan. Give us some context in terms of the relationship between the Pakistani Taliban and the Afghanistan Taliban. Are they connected? Are they independent of each other?
They are part of a larger network which includes former Mujahideen commanders and of course includes Al-Qaeda as well. But they do have somewhat different agendas. They're agreed in their anti-Americanism, they're anti-Western. They're agreed in their desire to bring Sharia state to the two countries. But they have, in their agendas, they have different foci. And so they're not exactly the same. Just to give you one quick example, the Afghan Taliban have no particular grievance against the Pakistan government. In fact, they let one another alone, and that's been one of our problems.
Is the Pakistani government doing enough? I mean, of course, they had the battle in Swat where they were trying to rout out the Pakistani Taliban. Is there more that the Pakistani government can do, should be doing, and should the United States be demanding that they do this?
Yes, they have to go to the heart of this insurgency inside Pakistan, and that's an area called South Waziristan. That's where Bahmatullah Masood was the commander. They have to do that. But what they can't do is simply do it because we say they should do it. They've got to do it because it's in their interest. If we publicly announce that that's what they ought to be doing, that makes that operation our operation rather than their operation. And therefore, I think the Pakistan public will turn against it.
Is there something that the United States could be doing to help Pakistan more that it's not doing?
I think what we have to do now is we have to convince the people of Pakistan that all of what our relationship is not simply our interests, but that we have mutual interests. Both countries have many of the same aims here, but they're going to have to recognize those aims if we're going to succeed.
All right, Marvin Weinbaum, thank you very much.
My pleasure.